Hello, and this is Theme Park Squib, and just to start off, I have delayed this monthly show that I'm filming now for the start of June, end of May. Delayed it a bit to actually the 6th of June. I'm filming this on Saturday the 6th because it's the 4th anniversary of our channel. I started the channel 4 years ago. I've been doing the channel for 4 years, so I thought I'll move it to here, have a little celebration of what we've achieved over the past couple of years, 4 years we've been doing it, and also bring you regular stuff in news headlines. A jam-packed one this week, this month, as I'll be talking about the resumption plans, the new regulations at the parks, and when the parks plan to open over here and also across the globe. I'll also be talking about some ride postponements to next year, and some postponements to a trip on the channel. And then a merchandise showcase. I'll be showing you a new piece of merch I've got and some of my favourite pieces of merchandise here in the hub. Then instead of my future opinion, we'll be not having it this week. We'll be having looking back, as I'm going to look back at my favourite moments that have happened over the years of me doing this channel. And then finally will be shout outs, where you might have a chance of getting a shout out. And just to start off, we're still in the coronavirus lockdown at the moment. Well, stuff are being eased, we can go out for unlimited exercise. And garden centres beginning to reopen. We've got shops, non-essential shops on the 15th coming up and them opening. Yeah, it's just been manic. People queuing for McDonald's. Yeah, it's been quite a big queues for them. Yeah, it's been manic. Lockdown still. Hopefully we're getting towards the end of it now. And I'll talk more about parks and that, and some hope that there is in the world of parks opening. Yeah, so let's get straight into news headlines. So this month in news headlines, I've got quite a lot to talk about. A lot has happened over the last month of plans to resume the theme park season and get parks back open. Also some ride developments as well have also had some news. And I'm first going to start off about a bit of channel news. As you probably know, I announced earlier in the year in the New Year's Day special back in January that we were going to Orlando, Florida this year for a big trip. We're going to do Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens and a couple of other bits. But we've had to sadly postpone that trip to 2021 due to our flights being cancelled. So we will be moving the trip to 2021, so it won't be this year, but you've still got a trip to look forward to. Just a bit longer to wait, but we're still going to bring it to you. So it'll be next year now instead of this year. So a bit of sad news there, but hopefully it'll be all sorted by next year and we can still go out to Florida. Some more sad news in the UK. We've had some ride opening postponements at the parks. We knew a couple of weeks back that Portland have announced they've postponed their opening of Tornado Springs, their big new area, till next year, spring 2021, Easter. They're planning to open that. It was meant to be opening Easter this year, but they've obviously delayed it now to next year. It's nearly done. It looks fantastic, Tornado Springs, and we're definitely going to pop over there for a visit to see it. Looking at Lost Kingdom, the Peppa Pig World expansion. I've only been there years ago. Last went in 2015. To Portland's. Peppa Pig World's just amazing. No, it's not for my target audience, but it's really well themed around now. Hunting the Peppa Pig expansion, Lost Kingdom, and Tornado Springs with the new Max spinning coaster in there. They've postponed that to next year. We knew that a few weeks back. We've got some news this week from Alton Towers about their new additions this year, which is the world of David Walliams. They announced in the statement that Gangster Granny the ride will not be opening this year. It was meant to be opening on opening weekend of Towers in spring this year. On opening weekend never happened because that's when it all went wrong. Yeah, so it's been delayed till spring 2021. It's not just Gangster Granny the ride that's been postponed, which I'm really looking forward to, the new dark ride in the old Wobble World building. It's also the re-theme of the full area, which means Claire Cuckoo Land is becoming World David Walliams. The whole area will include the shop and the two re-themed rides, Raji's Bouncy Bottom Burp, and the Royal Carousel will not be open for this year. So those rides are existing now, the Frog Hopper and Gallopers, they're not going to be open this year. Claire Cuckoo Land ain't going to be open, other than the driving school, which hopefully the driving school might be incorporated into the area this year, because I don't like the feel of it. You've got that, well, Dave Walliams in the back, you've got Claire Cuckoo Land still. So I'm hoping they might do something for 2021 to make it more the excitement and change that attraction, even though I can't go on it. It'd be good to see a little refresh, but I did refresh it a couple of years ago as part of Towers Loving Care Cuckoo Cars Driving School. But yeah, we'll have to wait till next year, sadly. But I do think it's the right decision. They said we want to open it to the right fanfare. I think it's right. We want a proper big opening for this amazing new immersive dark ride they're building at Towers. Same with Thorpe Park. They have delayed Black Mirror Labyrinth, which till spring next year. That was meant to be their new walkthrough attraction, like an immersive walkthrough to replace the Walking Dead Living Nightmare scare maze, or in that scare maze space, which is used for Fright Nights. Did love Living Nightmare, one of my favourite mazes I've ever been in, but sadly it's gone. Really did love that maze. But yeah, Black Mirror will be going in there, but won't be going this year. We'll be opening next year. Right decision as well. It's a walkthrough. We don't know how walkthrough attractions like that are going to work. Probably going to be similar style, not a similar theme, because Black Mirror is a more adult orientated programme. It will be probably similar interactive walkthrough to Room on the Broom at Chessington. So we've got to see how that, when the parks do open, how they operate that in the current situation to enforce social distancing and other measures to incorporate. So yeah, so I think it's the right decision as well. It needs to be open to the right fanfare. It is an IP after all. Same with Gangster Granny, it is an IP and you want to open it to the right fanfare and make sure it's a correct time to open the attractions. Also, talking about Scare Maze Space, what about Halloween this year? I don't know what's going to happen. We might see some very big changes. Maybe it might not even happen, which is the worst case scenario. But I mean, it does happen. We might see some changes. Maybe a dungeon style with actors on stages. They won't be touching you or coming into contact with you. But we've still got a long way to Halloween. So we've got to wait until what we're going to find out what's going to be happening there. And yeah, well, the big news is that Merlin have been publishing their regulations about when they're going to reopen and all the things that will be enforced, new rules, new hygiene measures that the parks are going to have and what date they are aiming for. They are aiming for the 4th of July, Saturday the 4th of July I believe. I know it's a Saturday because it's when the F1 will be starting up, they're planning that. But they're planning to open the 4th of July on government guideline and government advice, if the government give them the go-ahead. So they're hoping to get it open, so that's not long, that's just under a month away until we can get back into the parks. But there's going to be new measures, of course, so these are only the Merlin parks, you don't know about other parks yet. I think the only major place that has issued their new regulations was Fantasy Island down there. But yeah, Merlin have said that 4th of July, government guidelines, it's got to be safe to do so, to open the parks. But yeah, there's going to be an enforce of many new measures. I'm going to go through a few of them now. It depends on different parks really. But also this weekend, Alton Towers did open, but not the rides. They opened the grounds, the gardens, which opened today. So that's quite good, they opened them. And White Castle's grounds also opened today as well. So they're opening stuff up. I think it's £1 booking fee for annual pass holders. I think it's £12 for Alton and £12 at Warwick, I think. So at least they got those open and people can enjoy. We look at the rides, we're gearing up and they can trial it out, the new measures that they will be putting in. I'm going to talk to you about some of the measures now. They differ between the parks, what I've been reading, and some of them haven't been issued completely yet. So we'll first start with Alton Towers' regulations. They're enforcing you at all the parks. They really want you to pre-book. You must pre-book a ticket to get in. There's not going to be no buying on the gate, or for pass holders you'll need to pay a £1 booking fee, which I think is the right decision, a £1 booking fee, because what will happen is people will just book it up and not turn up, and that will restrict others, other pass holders and maybe even normal guests from going and having a nice day out even though they don't turn up. But £1, they've paid a bit of money, they're going to, oh no, if we don't turn up we're going to lose £1, and if it's a family of 4 of you, that's £4 gone. But I think it should have been the deposit style system where you pay £1, but if you turn up on the day you get it refunded back to your account, your bank account, which I think should have been what's in, but it's still a good way to operate this pre-booking system for annual pass holders, as it stops people from booking it all up and not turning up on the day, restricting it for others. But yeah, also there'll be some non-invasive temperature checks will be a condition of entry, so you have to go through a temperature check before entering the park, which we've seen this round the world, that they're enforcing these temperature checks. So I think it's like a laser type thing on the head to test. It's non-invasive. So yeah, to temperature check, and then if you're over a certain degree, I don't know what the degrees is yet. I haven't read it or seen it anywhere. I don't know what it is in America because they use Fahrenheit, don't they? But yeah, so you'll have to go for that as a condition of entry. You must go through that. And if you have a high temperature, which they haven't decided yet, you will be turned away. But they are going to work on that. If you are turned away, you want to reschedule tickets and stuff like that. Also, social distancing markers will be enforced around the park, as it is enforced at the moment, even anywhere in the UK. So we'll expect more markers to appear around the park and in queue lines as well. They've said markers, and social distancing on rides will be enforced, which will mean probably empty rows maybe. It says you'll be batched in your family/friends groups, so they're not splitting people up. People are worried, oh, we're going to be split up from our family or our group we were going with. You're not going to be split up. You are going to be sitting with your family group or friend group, and then they'll probably either miss a row or miss a couple of rows to enforce social distancing on the rides. And also virtual queuing. We don't know if Merlin are going to do it. A lot of parks are doing it. It's like a reserve a ride thing where you reserve a time to turn up at the ride. I think that is the best way, I reckon. I think that is the best way when the parks do open to use that. We know Portons are working on developing that app for park use. I think that is the best way because it stops people queues, even though social distance, you're still coming into close contact with people. But with a queue, you can have less people in the enclosed space because some queue lines are indoors, but with an app you get a time and you'll come back to that ride at that time. So I think that's the best way. It's similar to how Disney's Fast Pass works actually. We know Universal got an operation on certain rides, not all rides, so hopefully we see that implemented into the Merlin Park. You know Portons Park are working on it, and I think that is the best way forward, as I think it's a really good way to do the queuing system, which is going to be quite the big challenge really of what's happening. Also, some attractions will be different, such as touch balls, character meet and greets will be changed or suspended, and the same with some of the play-per-play games, either changed somehow or suspended. We expect touch balls to be suspended, and maybe some games like Hook a Duck or knocking the cans over, I reckon. But then with stuff like character meet and greets, you've seen in Disney and Universal they've developed it where you don't come into close contact with the characters you're meeting. Say at Alton Towers you're going to meet the Teletubbies, so it'll probably be either they're up on a stage, like I've seen at Universal when the Simpsons characters come in, they're on like a bus and they're hanging out the side of it and stay 2 metres and take your photo. So I think that is probably the best way forward to maintain social distancing, to have them up on stage. Don't cancel meet and greets, keep them going but enforce them. Touch balls, obviously in sea life centres we were expecting them to not be happening because they are touching a fish and you probably can't anti-back it. But yeah, also other regulations including pre-booking, restaurants as well. They're going to mainly focus on grab and go items. So that means we're not going to see buffets, obviously, which is quite sad. I love pizza pasta. We might see it implemented. Maybe like takeaway pizzas might be what pizza pasta do now. But they are going to change grab and go options, not cooked options and that, or buffets or sit down. They reckon it's going to be more grab and go options. It ain't just going to be sandwiches. I don't think it'll probably be chips, stuff like that, typical theme park food, but grab and go. And with payments, they do want you to use a contactless bank card where you can. So that's also to maintain and not have contact with cash, which or cash or using the PIN pad, just to use the contactless payment. Also, they are staff will be in PPE if they are coming to contact with guests. So we presume that guests, staff who come into contact check restraints will be in PPE, which include gloves, disposable face masks, and yeah, so the bank cards, and also with face masks, some of them. With Alton Towers, they are not requiring you to wear face masks, but you are welcome to if you want. And then at Chesington and Legoland on the website, it does say they are encouraging face masks. I don't know what that means, if it's enforcing or are they encouraging you. I'm looking at probably Legoland Florida's way. They are saying they're encouraging you. That opened in the past couple of weeks, and I think it's encouraging you, but you don't have to wear one. But they advise if you have certain medical conditions or a very young child that you do not wear the face mask due to other issues. But we've actually worked on this morning. Actually, we've actually ordered some theme park squid face masks that we might be wearing when we go around the parks. So you'll see them when we do get back to the videos, when we do get back to the parks. But yeah, so hopefully it gives us a bit of hope for when the parks are open on the 4th of July. They're planning. We're obviously going to see some major changes to things such as character meet and greets, and also for these shows, how they're going to work, and indoor attractions. I reckon they are saying that some attractions will not be open when the park officially opens. Not all attractions, which I presume will be indoor rides. And there's one big question: how's Darren Brown going to work? That's quite a major one, but I don't care. That's shut anyway. It's useless. Yeah, so we've had a bit of other parks opening around the world. Universal in Florida's opened for annual pass preview day last week. That's mask enforced there. You must wear a mask to gain entry to the park. And they've had major changes in the Jurassic Coaster. We've seen that coming on the Velocicoaster. I think it's called the new Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. We don't know what film series it's going to be based on, but it looks fantastic. So hopefully we get to ride that next year. It'll be a big bonus. If we do, we are delaying the trip next year. Getting that coaster will be fantastic, and I won't even care about delaying the trip. But yeah, so the parks hopefully will open here in the UK. We don't know about others yet, and other Merlin attractions. Only the parks, White Castle as well. They're opening, but we don't know about other attractions like dungeons. How is that going to work with social distancing enforced and stuff like that? And dining areas, like the whole restaurant situation, that's going to change. There's going to be seats disappearing and all that. So we don't know how certain attractions are going to work. Like touch pools suspended, meet and greets are going to change. Like in Florida, as I've said, but Universal, like the Simpson meet and greet, they're on stages now, and it's good. It's keeping the meet and greet there, keeping it in, same as Disneyland in Shanghai, keeping the meet and greet in so people can have photos with their favourite characters, but adapting it to fit with social distancing and stuff like that. So we haven't got long. Hopefully they can open on the 4th of July. It just depends on government guidance if it is safe to do so. Hopefully it is. Hopefully the situation improves, so we will be able to go to those parks. Hopefully we can book a slot. I'll be hoping to travel to the parks when they open on that first weekend, just to show you what the new measures are and how they are enforced, and also what changes at the parks. Can't wait to go back to the parks. Really can't wait to get on some rides again. And yes, so that's it for news headlines this week. Let's get into merchandise showcase. So I've got some special bit of merchandise to show you, and also some of my favourite bits of merchandise. So the first item I'm actually going to show you in merchandise showcase this month is this fried chicken co-apron. You're probably thinking, how did I get it? I didn't work there. It was actually, Alton Towers did have a sort through of some old ride uniform, and they were selling them on eBay. This was £10 plus postage, and all the money is raised to go to charity. It was split between two charities, one of them being Merlin's Magic Wand and the other being the Trussell Fund, I think, which helps food banks, I believe. So we got this lovely item, quite a unique item, the fried chicken co, which is the KFC based style restaurant at Alton Towers. It's also, we had one at Chessington as well. The one at Legoland was different, it didn't have this branding, and then we've still got KFC at Thorpe. But with the fried chicken co, it's no longer existent, it's now just chicken is what it's called. Same style food, same like KFC style southern fried chicken. So we got this, and good to buy this item, but also know that the money that we did spend on it will be going to some good causes. Next item is this Drayton Manor Rides and Attraction Information Board. We got this, we were invited down by the park back in January to one of their suites where they were doing an auction in their conference centre of all old ride pieces, and there's also stalls selling this. This was from one of the stalls, and it's a poster of Ride and Attraction Information, and it's really nice, a very nice unique item that's hit on the walls in the hub. Next item's another poster I did get from the same stall at Drayton Manor, this time a 2018 season pass one. So a very nice poster there, and yeah, another nice item to have on the wall. Next item is another thing we got from that Drayton Manor auction. This is actually a pirate's head, because the main premise of that auction was to auction off ride memorabilia from Pirate Adventure. And this is a pirate head, it was on one of the stalls, this wasn't part of the auction. The item I'm going to show you now, where I've got to go downstairs for it because it's quite a large item, was part of the auction. This was on the stall that's selling smaller parts, and it's a pirate head, and it's in the background. You might be able to see it in the show in the background, but it's a very, very nice item and a little bit of history. Next, I've actually come down to my dining room because this is quite a large item. We got this actually in the auction of the Draper Manor Pirate Adventure auction. This is a jar of Ashcroft's Best Bisser from 1657. So we got this in the auction, a very nice piece of memorabilia, or not memorabilia, a ride, bit of theming, bit of scenery from Pirate Adventure, the boat ride. But yeah, really nice. Got this in the auction, really do enjoy it. It's a nice little, not just looking at it, thinking about it's a part of theme park history, but also it's quite nice decoration for the room. It really does fit the room it's in as well, but it's very nice. And yeah, it's not full of anything. It is shut at the top. It's not got any Best Bisser left in it. But yeah, very nice bit of item. And yeah, I'll go upstairs and show you some little bits. Next, we've got these little items. They are actually the Thorpe Park Rangers, little figures of the Thorpe Park Rangers. I have these right where my camera is when I'm filming. They sit there looking at me when I film. But yeah, I got these one year for my birthday. I believe they came from eBay. They're really nice little collectible figures. We've got the little bear there with the weights. Talking of Thorpe Park Rangers merch, I actually ordered the new Thorpe Park online shop did launch the other week, and I have ordered some items. They haven't arrived yet. I've ordered a pin set with these guys on and a mug. Sadly, the t-shirt was sold out when I got on there, but I keep checking, and when it does come available, I will be purchasing it. So here we got this little bear with some weights. We've got the giraffe, the elephants, Mr. Rabbit, who used to have his ride, Mr. Rabbit's Tropical Travels. And then finally, we've got the main man himself, the Chief Ranger, who used to have a carousel at the park. Shame these aren't at the park anymore, shame no mascots, same with Henry Hound at Alton Towers. But at least they're releasing some of this retro merchandise. I've got a mug coming, I've got a pin set with them on. But yeah, it's a shame that they're not using mascots anymore, but a nice bit of history really, aren't they? And we look back and see how much Thorpe Park has changed. It was a family park back in the 90s when these guys were the mascots of the park. Now, instead of my future opinion this week, I'm actually going to go into a section called Looking Back. Usually in this part of the show, my future opinion, I actually do look into the future and talk about what I would like to see at parks. But this week, because it is the 4th anniversary of my YouTube channel when we started, I'm going to do a little section called Looking Back, where I'm going to look back at some of my favourite moments from the 4 years we have been doing YouTube. So yeah, I launched the channel on the 6th of June 2016. Why I started the channel was I've just been to Florida that year in around Easter, and it inspired me. I really fell in love with theme parks that trip, so I've started the channel and done my first weekly show. I know I do it monthly now. I used to do it weekly to about last year, but yeah, so I did it weekly. That year was brilliant. We got the Merlin passes, so we went to a load of parks. We went to Chessington, Thorpe Park, Legoland. We really went to some nice, good places that year. Then we went to a European park, and so we went to Plopsaland for the first time, which I fell in love with the place on my first visit. Going on Anubis. Sadly, Heidi the ride was delayed due to, I think, sound complaints, so they had to do some work to it. And then that year, we finally did get the sad news that Bubbleworks would be closing, so we went there for the final weekend, not on the final day because it was a random Tuesday. But bye-bye Bubbleworks, quite a sad time going that for the last time because I really did love that ride. Then we went to all the Halloween events that year, enjoyed Halloween. And then I went to Winter Wonderland for the first time that year and went on the Munich looping, as it's called over here, Olympia looping everywhere else. Fantastic ride, fell in love with that ride when I first went on it at Winter Wonderland. Then next year, it was 2017, we went to more parks that year. Quite a lot of stuff we did that year. We enjoyed Merlin Parks again. We saw the new additions such as Gruffalo replaced in Bubbleworks. Went on Derwent Brown for the first time, which not a highlight. It is awful. Well, the first time on it I found it alright, but second time I didn't really enjoy it after that. Then we also went to loads of places that year. We went to Halloween as well. We went to a fun fair. We done my first ever fun fair vlog from one in Chelmsford. Yeah, enjoyed Halloween that year. First year I went in all the scare mazes, really did enjoy them that year, had a really good time. in 2017. Then 2018 we moved into, I went to Winter Wonderland again at Christmas, moved into 2018 where we did do the biggest trip we have ever done on the channel. But yeah, we went that year, we had a lovely time. Also 2017 we did go to La Palma, which is a Canary Island. I filmed a video there, I believe. And then yeah, we went in 2018, we've done lots of parks. We saw Year of the Walking Dead at Fort Park, Wicker Man obviously opened. I went to Blackpool for the first time in 2018, just before Icon opened. Really did, we done the Blackpool trip. First big trip that year was when we went to Blackpool. We done Alton Towers, where I rode Wicker Man for the first time. That's probably one of my favourite highlights. I love that ride. And then we went to the Blackpool Tower, went around there for the first time, done all the attractions like the Dungeon, Madden Two Swords, all that around Blackpool. And then on the Sunday, Easter Sunday, the main event was Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the first time, getting on Big One. That's definitely a highlight, getting on Big One for the first time. Fantastic coaster. And yeah, and then going around seeing Blackpool first time just before Icon opened. Icon did open that year, but I'll get onto that a bit later. Then that summer we went to all the other parks, Chessington, Legoland, Alton Towers, Thorpe, seeing what's changed that year. But then that summer we had done the biggest trip we've ever done on the channel, and that was going to Europe. We done a little Europe road trip. We went to 3 parks out there. We went to Wallaby, Belgium. Loved the place, really did enjoy it. And then we also went to Wallaby, Holland as well. Fantastic time we had there. Loved Goliath, Lost Gravity. Would love to go back there to see Untamed. We went on Robin Hood before it closed to be transformed into the RMC Hybrid that is Untamed. But then my favourite part, probably my favourite moment of doing this channel, was coming off Taron at Phantasialand for the first time. That was fantastic, really did enjoy Taron. My #1 ride and my #1 park, Phantasialand, blew me away. And that's definitely one of my most favourite moments of doing on this channel, coming off Taron for the first time back then in 2018. Then also Halloween came around, we done Halloween, we went to Winter Wonderland again at Christmas. That became a bit of a tradition. Then 2019, last year, we went to all the parks again, Chessington, Legoland, Alton Towers. We also went to Adventure Island. We go there every year. We make a couple of visits there every year. Also we went to Clacton Pier, Walton Pier. We've done them as well over the years. We've gone mainly them every single year because we really do love supporting our local parks such as Adventure Island, Clacton and Walton Pier. We always go downstairs. I was actually in Walton the other week. We had a beach hut out down the beach. But with the pier was shut obviously because it can't operate at the moment as it is a tourist attraction and the coronavirus guideline does not state that they can open. But yeah, I went down there, had a little look round. Nice day out actually, very nice weather. Can't say the same about the weather today. It's been absolutely shocking. Rain, it's probably because everyone's going back. Some schools have gone back now, haven't they? So when they go back and everything starts opening again, it will start raining. But then, yeah, and then went to that year, 2019, we've done another Blackpool trip that year. We went up to Blackpool again. At the end of 2018, we went to Chessington for the first time, staying in the hotel for the first time. That's definitely a highlight. Really, really did enjoy that. Really good time. Then 2019 came out, we stayed at the Thorpe Park Hotel for the first time. Don't say that I really remember that one. It's shipping container and it's not the nicest hotel. Well, it's nice, it's just the whole situation with the bed. It is a shipping container, it is temporary, so hopefully I get a proper hotel. Then we also went to Alton Towers that year, stayed over there, had a really good time last year, stayed in the Polar Explorer room in the Towers Hotel. Then we went down Blackpool again, we rejigged the trip a bit, didn't do Alton Towers, we went to Warwick on the Friday, Warwick Castle. We go there every year, really do love it there, something a bit different. We do Warwick Castle, and then we went to Pleasure Beach on the Saturday where I came off Icon for the first time, my favourite coaster here in the UK. That was fantastic. And then on the Sunday we did do the Tower and all that, really do like it around there. Then that summer we did go Cyprus on a non-theme park holiday, but I filmed a video of where we stayed, Villa Stephanie, very different kind of a video, really did enjoy staying there. We also went to a small little amusement park in Cyprus called Paphos Luna Park. Really good time there. Got the coast credit when I had a load of other rides. Really good time at Paphos Luna Park. A little hidden gem in Cyprus. We were going out there, not going out there directly for that, but we found it a really good little park. Then we went to Plopsaland just as we came back. We went to Plopsaland to Pain again to ride Heidi, see the Chancellor Park. Love it there, one of my favourite theme parks in the world. But then with also that year we did a bit of a different vlog. We went to the Formula 1 British Grand Prix. I filmed that. We were meant to be going this year, but it's happening, but it's not happening with spectators, so we won't be going now. Yeah, that year was really good. Halloween was the best we've ever done for Halloween. We've done the most things we've ever done for Halloween, and we also went to Cursed for the first time, a scare event in Basildon, and it was fantastic. They invited us down. We had a really good night. Check out the vlog, it's got some in-maze footage. We had a really good night that night. And then Winter Wonderland again, Chesington again that Christmas we stayed over, and then into this year, which was looking like a good year. We've done quite a lot. We've done Monk's Walk, we've been doing that for the last couple of years. And then the only theme park I've been to this year was for the Chesington World of Adventures preview day, annual pass preview day. Had a good time, and that was the weekend before everything all went wrong when the coronavirus became a bit of a big issue, and the lockdown started the week after. So that was the last theme park, and then we were meant to be going to Florida British Grand Prix again this year, but we've had to British Grand Prix is cancelled, no spectators, and Florida we've postponed to next year in 2021. But yeah, Chesington preview day, it was a good day. It's probably I'm going to remember it. I'm going to remember that quite much. It's the last theme park I'd done before the coronavirus pandemic. Very good day. Sadly didn't see the new area, but I'm looking forward to seeing the new area, the rainforest, when the parks do open. On the 4th of July, which we're all waiting for now. We can't wait to get back into the parks. They're the Merlin parks. We don't know about other parks like Paultons, Clacton Pier and all that. Clacton Pier I'm really looking forward to getting this year due to the new log flume. But yeah, we'll see when they open. Are they going to open the 4th of July? Hopefully they are. It's due to government guidelines really. So hopefully we can get back, and when we can get back I will be at the parks filming vlogs once again. Now let's get into the final section of the show, which is shout-outs. Now it's time for the final section of the show, which is shout-outs. We've only got a couple today. So the first one is Theme Park Magic, thank you for watching, and also Mr. Roller Coasters, also thank you for watching. To get a shout-out, all you've got to do is comment down below in the comments, and everyone who comments on any video will get a shout out in the next month's show. It will be the videos that are between shows, so it'll be the show and the videos in between, and in the next monthly show you will get your shout out. And yeah, that's it for this month's show. Also, not really a monthly show, it's like celebrating our 4th anniversary of the channel, and hopefully many more years to come I'll be doing this. Yeah, we've got some other videos coming on. I'm still doing my Wicker Man puzzle, so there'll be a video on that. I'm filming, documenting my progress. And I've also got my Doctor Who Mystery Box video, which I'll put on in a couple of days' time, I think. I'll put that video on, a bit different, as we edge closer, hopefully, on the 4th of July when the parks will open. I will be vlogging when they do open, vlogging, showing my thoughts, enjoying the day out, but also showing you all the new measures that have been put in place at the parks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below if you want a shout out in next month's show. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Also actually want to wish John Wardley a happy 70th birthday. Have a great day. But also, I will see you in my next month's show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.